Welcome to the Fresh Mouth Club. I used to use every non-fluoride toothpaste on the market. I used baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and I would rinse daily with colloidal silver, but never has my mouth been so clean as when I joined the Fresh Mouth Club. Now, I came across this place because of going to the Super Soldier Convention that James RINK put on last year. And I met the owner, Larry, and he talked about these products. And here's some of what he said. We make the best and healthiest toothpaste you can buy. And what makes it that way? Nano silver, which is a lot better than colloidal silver. And colloidal silver is very good on its own, but this stuff's got colloidal silver beat. It's all natural, no fluoride, gluten-free, vegan, and paraben-free. And it tastes great and it foams up nicely, and I can speak to that. I love brushing my teeth with this product. Our specialized nano silver technology eliminates bad bacteria without ingesting any type of harmful chemicals. This antibacterial, antimicrobial agent has also been found to aid in the repair of tooth decay, receding gums, teeth sensitivity, and bad breath while fighting against viral pathogens. With our amazing nano silver formula, you can take brushing to a whole other level, making sure your mouth stays always fresh, always clean. Not only that, if you join the Fresh Mouth Club, they have Maha products. It's the ultimate brushing system. Your mouth and teeth will thank you, and possibly your friends and family as well. This is so true. My mouth has never felt this fresh. I asked them if I could be an affiliate because I can just only say good things about this product. It is a club, but you are in complete control with how much you get. You can even end it at any time you want if you feel like you're not getting the results. I stand behind this product 10,000%. At Fresh Mouth Club, we take brushing seriously, and you should too. You only get one set of teeth. Many diseases start in the mouth, so a clean and fresh mouth will lead to a healthy and happy life. Check it out. The link is in the description. It's the Fresh Mouth Club, and it's 100% snarky endorsed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like part of the mission, because we actually came in to help awaken people. See, what you're doing, that's your mission, to help people. You present this in front of them because you have the spiritual eyes to see this. And we're working in this network as light workers and light warriors to show and present humanity what is really going on, because they can't see it, Linda. They can't see it. Yeah. But as we continue to make these shows and do these podcasts, we're doing the work and we're helping the ones that are stuck.
You know, some of them though, wow. You know, like on TikTok and stuff like that, you're just like, oh my God, this is just like awful. This is so much worse, you know, than you think.
Yeah.
It's like, and you really cannot, if you're trying to ascend, at some point you have to either quit looking at it or learn to laugh about it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get serious about all of this stuff, even though people I say people are dying, but are they dying? You know what I mean? It's like you don't even know what you're looking at really at some point.
Yeah.
So
they want, the dark forces, they want us to believe in death. That there is no such thing. It's just a change of frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't die. We move into another frequency. You can't kill energy. And that's what we are.
And
even right down to it. Yeah.
don't you think we're actually moving towards source? Like that's
Yes.
the goal, to get to know more and more and more about God, if you want to call it God, source, the creator energy, prime creator. Because I guess there are a lot of creators in every realm, but prime creator, the
Yeah.
one that started it all, and we're all living in this field. And I kind of look at it like a ladder or a challenge, one challenge after another. Uh,
Yep.
and right now, it's hard to look at the news and not get irritated.
Yes.
And so you have to ask yourself this question: is this worth my energy or not?
Yeah. And sometimes what I do, I'll go back and forth between fourth and third density, just to when I peek at the news, I'm lowering my vibration
Yeah.
to gather intel to try to help someone that is stuck in third density. Once I say what I need to say for the people in third density, I'll return to fourth, because I've already matched that frequency. I've already achieved that, and we'll continue to rise. The one thing about these vessels that, like you said, this is a combination of many ET races that have contributed their DNA. And it's magnificent that we can go into these vessels, incarnate into these vessels, and we can rise or lower depending on where we want to go, where we want to put our attention into. Uh, if we're going to drop our frequency to take on a particular type of topic and speak to people in that particular density, then we'll do that. But then we know to release it and then return back to fourth density. Or there's some people right now, all the way in fifth density. We can't perceive them. You know them, but they're no longer, we can't contact them. We misplaced their number
Yeah.
because we haven't got there yet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we will.
It's
We
kind of an
will reconnect.
interesting idea, because the same thing happens when you're in high school, or from your childhood. Where are all these people? We
Hmm.
we graduated high school, we never saw any of them again. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of what happens here. It's just repelling
Hmm.
we're repelling each other, because we're not meant to, we had our high school years, they were there, they played a role, they either bullied us or they did whatever, or were kind to us, or whatever they did that influenced us. And now they're gone. They're living a whole nother life. And sometimes you can't ever reach out to these people or contact them, because they're not even in our reality really anymore. You know,
Absolutely.
we don't see them anymore.
Yep.
And so I kind of feel like it's going to be like that for a while, uh,
Yeah.
till there's a complete separation. But I did hear that the separation is already happening. I heard we have two Schumann resonants
Yes.
going on. There's
Yeah.
two of them now. And I also heard that or there's people saying, not people, there's beings saying that the information coming out will cause more of the split to actually happen. Will accelerate it. Uh,
Yeah. And you can see now that the deep state is not really um taking down channels as much. We can almost say what we want to say now more than
yeah,
ever. Uh 2 years ago, we wasn't able to do that. They will give you a
yeah,
strike and take down your channels. Now people are able to um create a channel, almost speak what they want to speak about without any repercussions.
yeah. I'm going to put a disclaimer on all of my videos that have like metaphysical, kind of, super soldier, metaphysical, reptilians. They don't seem to mind the
Mhm.
reptilians. They put their little reptilians are a myth.
Yeah.
Just reptilians
Yeah,
are
you,
myth.
you see how Wikipedia does that? I call
Yeah.
it Wikipedia.
Yeah, that they were asking for money not too long ago, and I went, "Oh yeah, I'm really going to give you money so you can tell me
Money,
more lies."
absolutely. No,
Yeah, I know.
absolutely not. I can't wait for Wikipedia to be dismantled because they want to confuse people of the truth. They say if you talk about reptilians, even though we spot them in the government
Yeah,
structure, we see the split, like the eyes, the reptilian eyes, we see that
yeah.
in people. So how can they call it folklore or conspiracy when it's facts?
Yeah, they say mythical and that mythical imaginary creatures in stories and things like that. They make it sound like Puff the Magic Dragon or something,
Yeah,
like it's some kind of thing out of people's imaginations. When there's statuary all over the globe from ancient Egypt,
yes,
before and after of reptiles, even reptiles eating children. In
yeah,
every
like
coat of arms, what do you see? You see their reptiles and their lion dynasties, and everything. It's clearly, and not only that, you've got video in HD of the America Israel AI pack. And what is that? They're all
mhm.
shape shifting, right?
Yeah, and then on top of that, back uh thousands of years ago, they didn't have a word or concept of conspiracy theorists. What they saw, they created, statues.
Yeah.
They put it on walls, for people to see. They painted the history, and there was no conspiracy theories back there. They showed reptilians back there. That was in their history,
Well,
like the
that's
Mayans.
that's what the Smithsonian is there for, to cover it up. They get to all the digs before anybody else, so they can cover up any giant skeletons like they have all
Yeah,
over the globe. And newspaper articles even about Leap Castle in Ireland, which there was a race of giants, and that's in the
yep,
newspaper. That doesn't say that it was a mythical fantasy. No, everything in Leap Castle is huge because,
yes,
yeah,
yep,
and they find these other things, like underwater worlds.
hmm,
They want you to think that's what's his name, Jules Verne. Remember him? We probably not. Jules Verne wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and they went down there, and there were all
yeah,
these kingdoms and things down there, and weird
yep,
animals and stuff. And so they're showing us, and
yeah,
at the same time, they're debunking it. It's
yeah.
like,
There's actually UFOs that have base. Well, these ETs have bases, like underwater domes that have bases down there, and some of them are part reptilian, part uh like fish type
yeah.
people, yeah, amphibian type of people. Yeah, and they have stargates down there as well.
Well, there is somebody that said watch the water an awful lot, talking about just 17.
Yeah.
Um, did you want to talk? Oh, yeah, you already talked about all of those things. Do you want to talk about the Charlie Kirk thing?
Yeah, yeah, I could speak briefly on that.
Because I don't appreciate this Fox News coming out with this CIA conspiracy theories are evil, and conspiracy theories are, disgusting, and all of this. No, and I'm just going to say on video what I said to you. Fox News seems to have forgotten. They're all doing it. just like they did before. You know,
Hmm.
there's all saying the same thing. We're right back in 2016 again, where they're saying that conspiracy theories are disgusting, conspiracy theories are evil when you're talking about Charlie Kirk. But there's a lot of sketchy things going on around this whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah,
And what I said earlier, or I left a comment on Fox where I said, maybe you should recognize the fact that actually a conspiracy is what killed Charlie Kirk. That was a
absolutely.
conspiracy, and it would have been a conspiracy theory if someone had found out about it beforehand. So maybe I'll keep on thinking for myself, but thanks a lot.
Absolutely. That's what I love about you, Linda. You tell it like it is, and that's how it should be told. You think for yourself. You don't just take things at face value, especially any news media, because they are controlled and owned and operated either by the cabal or the Luciferians, and they all have an agenda to um, play with you. They
Yeah.
use psychological warfare, and that's what the whole Charlie Kirk thing was about. You had a young man who lived his life, and he was bred to do one thing only, to come up in the system to help awaken certain people, but there was another system above him, and his whole life was to be um, bred to be assassinated uh, for an agenda. Now legitimate. He had a heart to go out there and deliver a message for humanity to help them in many ways. But he also had handlers above him, and it was an inside job. It was an inside job. They assassinated him to divide us in
Yeah.
many ways.
Well, I do have a lot of problem. I don't know what Candace is saying, um, but she must be saying something about it as well. All I know is there's a lot of sketchiness going on here with the shooting itself, and now I'm really mind boggled by his wife. I really am, because she jumped on stage and took over real fast, real fast. And I guess she's supposed to be a Christian, but my grandmother was a Christian. And so
Hmm.
I know a real Christian. And I don't know, she got like a lot of jewelry on, like maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of diamonds and stuff. Um, I don't even know if that's really the real wife. See, here's my thing. You say I question things. I actually assume it's fake first. When I watch crime shows,
Yeah,
I don't even really believe half of that stuff happened, really. I almost believe they're MK Ultra uh, agents that are triggered to commit these crimes, like the Manson murders and stuff like that. And they always have an agenda. Like if a trans person remember that uh, I'll take it even more home. Remember that kid, Matthew, what's his name, who was gay, who was beaten up and tied to a post or something?
yeah,
I think that was a CIA thing. And I
yeah,
also think this church that came out that says God hates fags, I think they're all CIA, MK Ultra, designed to divide. And
yeah.
um,
Biological warfares.
and also to dirty up the church,
Yes.
because these people were supposed to be Southern Baptists. I forgot their names, but you remember they said God hates fags, and that's why that kid got beat up. And it was
Hmm.
all this vile behavior, And as far as a lot of these murders that happen, there's a lot of symbolism and stuff like that too in their news reports, even.
Yes.
There's like a bunny in the corner and just stuff, that is a cult. And
Yeah.
it just makes you,
And just like you said, when she threw up like the devil horns, and then there was, this book that she came out with, like extremely fast.
Yeah.
All of this stuff, all of this stuff is lined up. It's all preset for the public because
Well,
they want. Yeah.
no, I mean, there was a conspiracy that killed him.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And like you said, he may or may not be dead. He may or may not be dead. But what we do know is that it was all set up for him to be taken out. This was an inside job. They do this all the time, and I guarantee you, the people at the top, they planned it. They planned it all.
yeah.
Like this man, he had a life. He had a life where he believed in certain things, and like that was not a setup. Like he truly believed in that stuff. He truly believed in that. And he wanted to help people in so many ways, and he was bold about it.
Very.
But I really do believe, just like you said, if that's his wife, I don't know too much about her, but I do know that she knew about this, and she could have been a handler for for from the beginning. She could have been a handler.
Well, I had this idea that maybe the White Hats got a hold of it and they staged the whole thing so that the cabal would think it actually happened. And maybe the real wife and him went off, just got lost. And now suddenly
Mhm.
this one jumps on the scene. But first of all, she jumped right up on stage. She took over the whole thing like that. And to me, my grandmother is a real Christian. Like I say, she's flashing Beyonce jewelry like no other, tapping her eyes with it so everybody can see, like she's like hanging with hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewels.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be doing that. Even me. I mean, of course, I don't really get off on having a bunch of gold and jewelry and stuff like that. But even if I did, it was part of my regular lifestyle. My husband had just been shot. I think I'd be making a more humble presentation, maybe just my wedding ring, maybe.
yeah,
And I'd be worried
absolutely.
about my kids. I would say, accept the position, but I would make a statement that I'm going to spend time with my kids, healing my children. I'm not going to
Yeah,
be up on stage where I too could be shot and
absolutely.
re-traumatize my children. I mean, how does
Yeah,
her children feel? She's up there on stage. And of course, now I'm going to be called evil and disgusting for even opening up my mind to the possibility that other things could be going on. And so, you
yeah.
know what I say to Fox News? Fuck you. I don't
I
really
love
care
that.
what you think. I have a mind of
I
my
love
own
you,
and I
Linda.
have eyes, and I'm having a problem with a lot of this. Also, the
Yes.
actual shooting. The bullet hole is moving. There's just some funky stuff going on. Something appears to come up out of his shirt. Michael
Hmm.
Jaco did a video about it, and it was a very good video. By the time it was through, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Something's wrong.
Hmm.
And then she comes out. Not only that, she pulled that book right out of her ass, didn't she? When did she write a book? It just
Exactly.
happened.
These Luciferians, they don't really think. They're like the ones that are these people that they sell their souls and then they go into the occult, and they do psychological warfares on the public. So when people like you see, this is what I love about you. You dissect everything, and that's what you have done. As a woman, this. Something is not adding up.
It's
You
not
know it.
adding up. And I'm sorry, because probably a lot of people think I'm bashing this widow. No, I'm questioning what we're looking at. That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing because we are watching a show. And when
Yes.
you bring Kelly Osborne, born in Oz, right, to Ozzy Osbourne, and you bring
Hmm.
her out and her face is totally round, yet the original had a completely square jaw. What are you trying to say? She had her jaw sawed off?
Yeah.
They don't do that. That's not a surgery that they offer.
Have you seen Monique and Rosie talking about the clones?
No.
Yes, you got to look that up. They're giving like they're talking in codes, but you have to like really listen. And Monique said, if you ever see me with a skinny neck, you know that's not me.
Well, yeah, Brittany did that video, Break the Ice,
Yeah.
which Donald Marshall was saying they let her, she's showing you the cloning centers
Yes.
because she
Yeah.
goes in there, there's a bunch of her. And that time Eminem came out and there was a whole bunch of M&Ms. You know, they're
Yeah.
basically telling us over and over again in their album covers and all kinds of other things. And also, there was that time on Twitter where, well, now Nicki Minaj, she's come out now. If it's her, see, I question everything. You know, not even the positive things. You know, if
Yeah.
that's
They.
her, she's come
Yep.
out as a Trump supporter.
Yeah. They.
But she was tweeting about clones with other people in the music industry. And there was
She's
a,
been MK Ultra. She's been MK Ultra. You ever see her freeze up and then the uh the people that are around her, they give like code words and then she come out of it?
I haven't seen that, no, but I've
Yes.
actually seen Lady Gaga
Yeah.
walking to her car. And she
Yeah. And she
barely was walking in slow motion. She was staring out in space, and nobody even noticed it. They were all going, Gaga, Gaga, you know, look over here, taking her picture and everything, acting like that. I guess they thought it was performance art or something. I don't know. But that was a
yeah,
clone that couldn't walk.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
But you do you know what inhabits these clones?
I
Demonic beings.
really,
Yeah,
can they
demonic beings like
can they go in
reptilians.
there or do they have to be put in there?
They are I'm gonna be releasing a video real soon. You ever seen like these celebrities with black eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they get an injection. There's a reptilian symbiotic parasite that they put in. They call them the real lizards, and it grows. It is connected
Wow.
to the brain, and it kind of like takes over.
Yeah.
And Donald
Like that,
Marshall,
like
oh,
they're saying that vril lizard did, the little vril lizard that goes in through the eye. And
that's it. That's it.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you what it looked like in a video. Just give me a little time to put it together. You can kill it with frequency.
Oh,
I'm gonna show you guys how to kill because it's a parasite.
yeah.
And all of them, the royal families, anyone with any type of political power that have signed their souls, they have to get that done. They have to get it done.
And they're not making any decisions after that, are they?
No, it's
Yeah.
all hive mind mentality
Yeah.
by an entity above them.
Yeah. And so you've seen him on John Kerry. John Kerry
Yeah.
had two.
Yes.
Um, and McCain. No name, no
Yeah.
stain.
And he and his daughter is a reptilian. The one that was on the View, yeah, she's reptilian.
What about those View ladies? You said, what about Whoopi?
Whoopi was for a while we had control. Well, I'm not gonna say control, but we had she was like an inside for the white hats.
Yeah. Oh,
She
really?
worked for she worked for the white hats for a while, but then got threatened by the deep state. So I don't know if she's working. Oprah is definitely she's evil.
Yeah.
Oprah, Obama, all of them are evil.
Gail.
Obama is reptilian.
What about Gail? Her partner in
Yeah,
crime.
they all, yeah,
Yeah.
evil. You can't
And
trust none of them.
you know who I heard was really evil was Denzel Washington. And I noticed that because when the Diddy parties came out and that young girl came out and she was just spilling it all, I believed every freaking word she said. She talked at length about Denzel being at those parties and things. And now he's come out with a Christian religious channel. So I feel like
And I
he's
think
trying to get ahead of it.
he's trying to cover his ass, but it's
Yeah.
not going to work. Eventually, the white hats, we're already starting to release this. And like I said, everything is compartmentalized. I'll get information. Other people like me that's working with that white hats, they will get their part to do, and so on and so on. So, and it's got to be done that way so we don't get infiltrated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because infiltration is like one of the worst things that can happen. So we have to keep our circle really small, and then we have to get our information and then put it out there for the public. Like
Yeah.
we
And I
can't sit on
noticed
it.
a lot of people are flipping. I use the
Yeah,
word, like I don't know what's happening there, right? It's like
yeah,
they're somehow flipping. They've either been caught and they're trying to save their own asses, or I've heard that the ascension is affecting everyone, and that some of them may have actually be ascending out of it, and they can see the writing on the
yeah,
wall anyway, and they're
yeah,
choosing the light.
yeah,
And I think that's what Trump wants. He wants to give as many people, the being souls, the chance to, uh, you know, uh, let the light come in and ascend,
yeah,
and so that's probably part of what's taking too long. And then also there's so many people asleep. Uh,
yeah,
they can't really do much. But I think if you can do the inner work and when I go and look, I look for the ridiculous things that I can make fun of and make people laugh at all this stuff that's happening. Because when you really look at some of it, it is kind of funny. They
it
are,
is. You have to. We can't take a lot of this stuff serious because of the spiritual components that we have. It's all pretty much a game. It really is a game, and we have to look at it. If we go into the victim mentality mode, it lowers who we are
yeah,
as powerful spiritual beings that came down here to have this human experience. I don't care what type of archons or reptilians or Anunnaki wanted to control this game. They're not powerful as we are. They are fallen beings. We are way above them. And that's
and
why they have not, they can't take us over and they know it, but they want us to believe that.
yeah,
So we manifest what we believe and they know it. So, and they want us to believe that they're all powerful and that they are our gods. They are not. There's only one God, and that is Source God, the prime creator of all of it.
yeah. And we are in that womb. All of us are, I call it a womb because it just feels like home, like when you're
Yeah.
meditating and stuff and you connect to all of that. And you just feel like you're drifting through the stars in a womb, like you're
Hmm.
where you're supposed to be and nothing can touch you, nothing can hurt you. And,
Hmm.
but everybody has to do that for themselves. They have to connect. And
Yep.
religion has really puts a lot of distance between God because people are praying outside of themselves
Yeah.
instead of saying, you know, um, that
God is inside.
yeah, that
God is inside of us.
we have all the answers inside of ourselves. We have the capability inside of ourselves. And the other thing about them is that I guess they're ascending on some level, but the average person is still ascending, and
Hmm.
the more and more people talk about the truth, I think there's a scientific break in people's ability to take the science that has been fed to them all these years and flip it on its ear and then accept the fact that everything they learned was pretty much a lie and that yeah, we can time travel. Time is not linear, but people think of it as linear, so they can't figure it out, so
Yeah.
they dismiss it. But all this stuff that's coming out right now, I do notice one thing on YouTube is it's raining truth.
Yeah.
It's yes, the propaganda is still in there, but now the truth is coming down and it's raining truth. And anything you want to know about, you can find out the truth. So that calls on people to use their own discernment and their own judgment, and it takes you right back inside where source energy is. And I've even heard our hearts are portals that
Yes, it
we
is.
go to. But we have to have heart thinking, you know,
Hmm.
instead of hating them like you really want to hate them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're so hateable.
But they want us to. They actually, because that is an energy that they can harvest, and they need that energy. They actually want us to hate them. We cannot. We have to send them love. Send them love, even though we get mad at them. They are a part of us. They
Yeah.
really are a part of us. They come from the same source. So send them love and keep working, like going within and working, and you can continue to rise in frequency. And you will become way more powerful than you can ever imagine. At your current human conscience, you can with love, unconditional love.
Yeah, it's not as hard as it seems because they're so hateful. But one of the things you could do is laugh at that. That's what's so
Yeah,
funny. They call themselves the party of joy.
yeah,
They're so full of hate. And it's like they call themselves the party of love. Well, it's kind of funny because it's sad almost because they don't really have any idea what love is, I guess.
they really don't. They think that they do. They actually believe that what they're doing is right. That it's well within their power to harm a child. Um, in any way, they feel like it's their right, and they think that they're doing the right thing, but it's not. It's not. You
Yeah.
know.
Do they think that they look at it as food and also energy and sex?
Yeah,
And also, they use the organs and stuff to extend their life of their vessels,
yeah.
organ transplants and stuff for them.
They believe in the younger the victim, the better they can extend their life. Now we're talking about some humans are doing this too.
Yeah.
Okay, some human beings are doing this. The ones that was in Hollywood and all of this stuff have been exposed. And we were talking about this way before people. Like, I remember, like when we first started talking about this, bringing out this information, people were not believing.
Yeah.
Now they believe. Now they're starting to see. Now they're waking up. So the sheeps are waking up, which is a
Well,
good thing.
when you have Katy Perry making a video where they're cannibalizing people in it,
Yeah,
you kind of ask yourself. And in an interview, she said, human meat is the best meat. And so, to get into the Hunter Thompson things and the kidnapping of the kids and all of that, that's going to be what the shakes them
yeah. And I
because
had video of Katy Perry. I had video of her on stage. Do you remember that time she passed out on stage?
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
seeing that.
she was shapeshifting.
Oh,
She
really?
was, man, I had videos of her eyes like popping out, like getting real big before she fell. Like her whole face was changing. And on that same phone that I had, the same phone that I had, I also had video of Mars. And I got hit. Yes, I didn't have a channel back then,
Yeah.
so. my phone got hit with a virus. I had photos of this round craft and there was a blonde hair, short blonde hair guy. He had a small black craft. He had a leather jacket, and this was on Mars. He was on a device almost like a cell phone, but it was almost like how the Nazis have like clear pads. You ever heard of the clear crystal pads?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it's almost like an iPad. But the Nazis, we used to work on these clear pads. Uh, when I worked in these Nazi projects with James and Max and all of these other groups, we used to work for the Nazis. We the SSP programs, the Super Soldier projects.
Is that Nachtwaffen or is Nachtwaffen different?
They're breakaway groups.
Oh,
Some of
okay.
them have breakaway groups, and they still work with each other.
And
But
Nachtwaffen is night. What does that mean? Nachtwaffen, night, something to do with
yeah, Penny,
dark fleet,
yeah, Dark Fleet, yeah,
dark fleet.
yeah, Dark Fleet actually still has a base in Antarctica, so they still work out of Antarctica and inner Earth. So those are with the reptilians and the Nazis.
Let me ask you something. Do you think it has been suggested, and this really resonated with me, that Fauci is Mengele?
I believe so. Or and I'm glad you brought this up. A lot of people think Fauci is so you know how old Fauci is, right?
Well, how old does he say he is?
I think he's somewhat in his 80s, but he's way older than that. Fauci is like 120 years old. People
Really?
have no idea. Yes, he's 120 years old. I don't know if they have life extension technology, and he is a Nazi.
Mengele, what's his name? Max Spears talked about Mengele getting a new vessel and he stayed in his 50s looking like he's about 50 or something. And he was always used the word green in his name, Dr. Greenberg, Dr. Green, something. He was a doctor, he'd call himself, but he always would have the green, like the green man, I guess.
Yeah,
And
and he could be. Yeah, he actually could be. We call him Doctor Death.
yeah. And if anybody knows how to extend their life that long, and if anybody knows how to kill masses of people, it would be Mengele,
Yeah,
And being that big, they've placed him in the same position as Mengele was placed back then, Dr. Death. I mean,
hmm
that's what Mengele, I mean, that's what Fauci's going to be known as when the truth comes out. And yeah, so I don't know, but it was suggested to me by a SRA victim that Fauci was Mengele, and I kind of believe that.
I, I'm 100% that sure that he is Dr. Mangler. I really do believe that. I've been saying this for a while now that they could be both the same, and he predates Hitler. The Nazis, this particular Nazi, they call them Aryans, and they're not from this particular star system. And they are time travelers. They are time travelers. So
That's what
we
Arizona Wilder said, because one of the things that I can remember the exact moment when I knew the reptilians were real. I kept hearing about these. All my research ended with reptilians. No matter what
Mhm.
I was researching, it always went back to the reptilians.
Yep.
And I kept going saying the same thing. Well, that's not it. You know, I kept going, well, that's not true. No, no, that's not it. Because I really didn't want it to be true because it was too scary. And then I saw Arizona Wilder, and David Icke was interviewing her. And this is exactly what she said. She goes, the Aryans, she says, they're actually, the Illuminati is actually, they are reptilians, she says. And the reptilians, they're not supposed to be here. So they need the blood and the fluids from humans in
Yep.
order to maintain their bodies and also their mental health, that they will go insane without the blood and the bodily fluids and all of that stuff. Well, that's kind of what we're watching now is these
Yeah.
people going insane. They're not thinking properly, you know.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
as soon as
And you.
she said that, the whole thing came together.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit, this is real.
Yep.
It's
They
real.
they are not. People are catching them in the act of shapeshifting. It's harder for them to hold a human form. Like if they don't get the blood, the human blood, um, they will shapeshift. And people have caught that. People have caught Justin Bieber shapeshift. Man, they take over. We call them body snatchers because once you reach your career, your talent. See, Justin Bieber, he was human. He
Yeah.
signed a deal. I think his mother gave him up, and that's why P. Diddy ended up getting a hold of him when he was young. P. Diddy also has a reptilian overshadowing him. And that's another guy that they need to be destroyed. Okay, once you do this type of damage to human beings, um, they should be destroyed. They
Yeah.
really should be destroyed, every single one of them. And I'm talking about, I don't care what um, you are. If you are reptilian and you're taking forms and you're doing all of this stuff, you're taking a human form and you're taking all harming humans, you need to be destroyed.
You know, they're hard to destroy, though, aren't they?
They are because of the network that they have affiliated themselves with. You have all of these government officials protecting them
Yeah.
because the ones above them, we have signed treaties with these particular beings. The bad ones have been here, and the human races have signed treaties with them for technology.
Yeah. Um, they, talking about that that they need to have a certain amount of energy. So the thing that's hard to imagine is who actually gets the reptilians. When you're looking at, let's say, Nancy Pelosi, are you looking at Nancy Pelosi or are you looking at a reptilian or are you looking at both?
It's kind of both because what they do, they attach themselves. They like overshadow you. They're controlling you. Um, they're like if you can. I don't know if you ever spoke to a psychic, and the psychic will say they can look at you, but they can see like a reptilian standing behind you, and they see these people like that. I've seen people on TV do the same thing. Like I know that that's a reptilian, and once they attach themselves to you, once you sell your soul to them, they can operate your body. They can take over or clone you altogether and then operate through that clone. But you're no longer. I think what they do, they take your soul. Like once your contract is up and they really want to take your soul, just like Biden, they've taken Biden's soul a long time ago,
Yeah.
and now they either use an android on stage or they use a clone which does not the clone of you, the genetics begin to break down the atoms within that body. It begins to unfold and deteriorate like really rapid. So clones are not really sustainable because there isn't a soul attached to it. It's just a reptilian conscience attached to it, along with AI.
So it's just basically a suit.
It's a suit. That's all it is.
Yeah. And
But do
so,
you know they grow these suits on the moon as well. You should see these belts that they have. They have certain ones within the political arena, they have them on hooks, and there's like 4 or 5 to even sometimes 100 suits. They call them suits, synthetic human flesh suits that a reptilian can climb inside of it and then begin to operate. And the reason why they do that is because those bodies, the human flesh can operate within our sunlight. If that
yeah.
reptilian get out of that body, if it get out of the body, the sunlight is going to kill it.
So
It's
it
going to
has to
kill it.
go back underground in order to leave the body, or at least
Yes,
in some place where there's darkness and no
yes,
sunlight can get in. They
and the
can't just
frequency as
get out
well.
of the body any old where.
Hmm.
So
Because
they're
these
trapped
suits,
in there.
yeah. So the bodies that they have that they grow, um because of our ability to rise in frequency and be lower, these bodies, our the bodies that we're born in can do that. Like we can get angry, like you've seen yourself get angry,
Yeah.
and then you go back to being okay. You let it
Yeah.
go. Well, reptilians, they can get in that body and stay angry and hold that frequency while being in the sun. The sun is gonna the body, the suits that they wear, the human suits, is gonna protect them from the sun.
Yeah.
It's like an organic blocker from their original body.
But it allows them to manifest up here and
Hmm.
do damage however they want
Yeah,
to. And they're
absolutely.
they've managed to, you talk about the body snatchers, they've managed to effectively do that, for a
Yeah.
very long time. How long do you think cloning has been around? Since ancient Egypt?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I
It's
was.
been around a long time. It's been around for billions of years.
I wouldn't
Billions.
be surprised because the Anunnaki, uh, or whoever, they came here.
Hmm.
In other words, they had the technology to do that, because we're not going anywhere. I mean, if you listen to uh, the Matrix talking, we're not capable of it. We can't even hardly go to the moon, you know? So we're
Not
stuck
without their
here
permission.
theoretically. And these ancient people came here, or these ancient
Hmm.
beings came here. So why wouldn't they have cloning and all kinds of other technology that we don't even have now? Because we've
Hmm.
been dwarfed, basically.
The
So,
good news is that the Positive Galactic Federation, they monitor the planet. They won't let any outside reptilians come onto the planet now. They
yeah,
cannot. So what's here is going to stay here until we clean up the mess. They want us to clean up the mess. The planet is like under quarantine, uh, while they monitor our ability to perceive everything around us. They want us to, as they monitor and help guide us, they're not going to do the work for us because we have to do this
they
for
can't.
ourselves. Yes.
They probably, if because they seem like they're kind, benevolent, loving beings, if they could do it for us with no consequence, then they would.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they can't. It has to be done by us. We're the only
Yes.
ones that can do it. It
Yep.
it's almost, there's a lot of things on this planet that there's only so many people that can do things for you, and then certain things you have to do yourself, So
Absolutely.
this is one of those things, and it really it's kind of crazy because in my particular case, I have a lot of really crazy dreams, and I'm sure some of them mean something. Um, but as far as having memory of where I came from, you know Anne Marie uh, Morales. Uh,
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
yeah, she's doing regressions and hypnotherapy, and I'm going to have her on next week because I did one with her, and it was real interesting because I wanted to know what am I? What species am I?
Hmm.
And it ended up, and I'll talk about it in my video, but it ended up that it came to me that I am a hidden race, hidden to be protected. In other words, that's why my life has been so miserable, is to keep my vibrations low, to hide.
Yes.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
that's why all star seeds actually have well, they have difficult lives, so let's just put it that way. And people around them that we chose. We chose
Yep.
our own families to keep us our vibrations low so that we couldn't be seen. Because I
Hmm.
already told you about people that just hate me. Like they take one look at me and it's like, it's like I can see they hate me. There's nothing I can do. I can't be nice to them or anything. They're revolted, in some way.
It's the yep, it's the entity that reside in them that knows exactly who you are. They can see you. They can see you, and the entity that has attached to their consciousness, and I get this all the time. I can go to the gym and I'll get like hateful stares. Um, I can feel that energy. As an empath, I can feel the energy. I know that what happens is we become like a mirror to them and they can see themselves. They can see themselves, and they don't like what they see. They can see the uncomfortable things that surround their energy.
Yeah.
We bring that out of them, and they don't like it. They don't like being able to be seen because they want to hide. These entities, they want to hide. And when they come around us, our higher selves are already watching them, and they can see our higher selves watching them. We
Well,
know it.
also, we notice they're looking at us.
Yes.
I mean, we can feel the energy coming,
Yeah. And
like
they
so
know it.
negative. Yeah.
Yeah. They know it.
Yeah, I've had people explode in my face and say they hate me for no reason. People that I've been nice, people that I didn't care for that much either, but I was nice to them.
Yeah.
It's not like I sat at home and thought about them or anything. I would just go and think, oh, well, there's a little weird energy here, but I'm going to be nice. And it's like they can't stand being nice to me anymore.
It's your frequency. Your frequency. When you it was like when the first time I met you, I was drawn to you. I was literally drawn to you by your energy. And I was like, this woman is a star seed. There's something about her that I like. And we hit it off like just like that.
We probably know
Yeah,
each other from one of your many lives and one of
absolutely.
my many lives.
Yes,
Probably do.
absolutely.
And we'll remember after all these, uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Once we return on the other side,
electromagnetic
yeah,
upgrades happen.
yeah.
That's another thing about these entities that are trying to, I guess, salvage what they can. Everybody's energy is rising and people are getting upgrades. So, they're stuck in a world where they're not getting any of the energy that they want because we're all getting the
Hmm.
upgrades. And
Yeah.
everyone will be upgraded, but people in different ways. I guess star seeds will be upgraded in a different way because,
Hmm.
but who knows how many star seeds there are here. I've heard that children are going to be born star seed children that will help
Yes.
all of us.
Yeah.
That they're
Their
going to be.
DNA, yep, their DNA, they will be more psychic. they will have telekinesis, like they can move things with their mind. They're going to be born into a higher frequency anyway because we're rising in frequency.
And some of them are born now,
Yes.
like that little kid who now he's grown up, but he knew all about CERN and about the multiverse and everything. He was like 9 years old or 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
He said
Yep.
CERN broke reality because they shifted something. It shifted something a little bit, and that caused more multiverses to be formed.
Yeah. They wanted to split. They wanted to split to hold us back. Did you know that they started splitting?
That it
That's what
wouldn't that
CERN did.
doesn't surprise me. I
Yeah.
didn't know that, but that makes sense.
Yeah. CERN. And what that guy, that young boy was saying was correct. They were splitting us, creating more um universes, multiverses, to hold us back because we were moving in a rapid rate.
Oh, I
Um,
see. Yeah.
yeah, we were moving in a rapid rate. So they wanted to split more and more and more to just slow us down. They can't stop what's going to happen. They just want to slow us down as long as they can. They know what was going to happen. It's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. But I
But
think
what?
they're on the trip with the 3D. They're going to stick with that frequency because they can't come into the higher frequencies. So I guess they're trying to hold on to as many minds as they possibly can with all of their brainwashing, and they're still doing it when everybody knows they're lying.
Yeah. So look, when the military sent me to second density, I think I told you about this a while ago. The Navy sent me to second density to retrieve a female that was taken from third density at that time. We're now in fourth density. Uh, but at the time, I got sent to second density. We were in third density. So when I get there, this frequency is so harsh on my body. Have you ever imagine sticking your finger in a metal fan and that blade is just turning, 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 and all it's doing, but your finger cannot be cut off. It's just that vibration, the heat, and everything else. That's what my body felt like being there, and it just pissed me off because I was in so much pain. The people there, they're used to that frequency in second density. The lifestyle that these people live in is in harsh condition.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm seeing, I remember walking along this metal fence and I'm seeing all of these houses that these people are living in second density. These houses should be condemned. They should be condemned. And I seen this one woman, she just had her hands behind her back. She was walking like she was worried. And she turned and she looked at me, and I can just see the sadness in her face. So I'm remote viewing, trying to locate this female, and I finally see her. I finally spot this female. She is um with this archon type being, like a demon, and it's like in you would think that it has like dark armor on because it has like on the shoulders there's like ridges coming out like horns. It had like horns, and it had a crown that was horn, and it was jet black.
Wow.
So when I find this female, she's having sex with this being out in the open, and I've never seen anybody uh in that sexual position. He had her like on top of her head. um let's just say I've never seen anybody in a sexual position the way that this being, well, he's psychic for one thing, and he can, you know, like hover. So while they're doing this, I connected telepathically to her, and what the military has told me and what I'm getting from her is not adding up, because when I go into her mind, she willingly wanted to be there. So I did not take her. I would have got karma if I had taken her out of where she wanted to be with this being. I
Yeah.
think you ever heard of the alien love bite?
No.
Yeah. Well, the reptilians are notorious for this, where females, like, they fall in love with these reptilian beings. You should look that up. They
I
call it the
will.
alien. They call it the alien love bite.
I am going to look that up.
Yeah, and they fall in love with these beings.
Even after
So
they see what they are and everything.
yeah, they fall in love with them, and I think it's some sort of mind control as well. It's not just sexual energy, and some of them will say that they had the best sex of their life with these beings, and they fall in love, like they legitimately fall in love. But I think it's some type of mind control as well.
And
So on
a
my
form of that does happen here in this
yeah,
realm because there's a TV show called I Married a Monster and all this other stuff, or Married to Evil, and
yeah,
it's always about people who are married to the most vile people and they keep coming back, they won't divorce them.
the
And
narcissist,
even when they find out what they're doing, they still protect them and
yeah.
become maybe even helping them. You've got couples committing crimes. And yeah, it seems like they can't get away from these, whether it's a man who's addicted to an evil female or a dark
Mhm.
female,
Yeah,
or a female who's addicted to a man. So somehow they give them what they want, I guess,
yeah.
satisfy something in them, and then they go out and do these horrible things. And
They become handlers.
yeah,
Yeah, they become handlers. For some of them are reptilians. Some of them are legitimate demons that have attached to these humans and have taken over. But for the most part, you have to have some sort of agreement with these beings in order for them to take you over. Like,
ah,
you have to have welcomed them in some form or fashion. You have to have been compliant to it.
that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think she just is like one of these women who loves these men no matter what they do to her, but on a more um, darker level? Uh,
I believe so.
and so she was a third dimensional being, but she preferred to stay down in a lower uh, realm, lower
Yeah,
vibrational realm.
yeah. On my way back, once I saw that she wanted to be there, on my way back, because I used a tree to portal myself into that realm, into a third density. I don't know how all of these trees, all nature is connected, and they go up and down. They're connected to the multi-dimensional realms. I can go anywhere just by touching a tree. It will portal me to, yeah, yeah. All of them are connected. I don't know why,
I
but I
love
think it's,
trees so much. It's
yeah,
one of my favorite things other than birds.
yeah. They are connected to each other, and they're like this internet. Maybe it's the roots that's underground, and they are spiritually connected, like wires or internet type connection. But we portal that. This was like the fifth or fourth time I used trees to go to other places. But on my way out, I encountered two beings. One of those beings were like a what's the bull-headed type in human body, the Minotaur.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, this Minotaur was trying to cut down my way back. He had this huge. It had to be like 8 feet, maybe 9 feet tall, and he was trying to cut down the tree that I got there in. Um, so I killed him. I killed that being. I was in super soldier form. And this was the Navy that sent me there to retrieve this female. But I killed that being, and I ended up killing this reptilian that looked it was hairy. It had like fur on its body, but it was reptilian. And then I ended up killing it yelled at me, so I told it to shut the fuck up. I was already in a lot of pain by being there. So I killed that being and I got out of there. When I got back to this realm, uh I had to call. I was in so much pain, Linda. I had to pick up my cell phone and call my son, which was in the next room over. And I told him to bring me water. I was dehydrated. I was deeply dehydrated. In my body, it felt like it was on fire. So he was like, Dad, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, son, just bring me some water. So he come into the room. I had to drink that water down. And then I began to tell him what happened. Um, the next day, I got debriefed by the military, and I told him, I said, "Look, don't ever send me there again." I said, "You can get somebody else to do this, but don't ever send me to second density." And what I gathered, Linda, is that the military wasn't really. They were concerned about this female, but they was more concerned about could I do this? Could I go to second density?
Oh, really?
Yes, they was pretty much testing me. That's what I gathered. They wanted to not only see if I can retrieve this female, but they were more concerned, could I be in second density? And I would never do it again. I would never. I don't give a damn who's down there. I don't care if Christ was down there. I'm not going back to second density. It's just too harsh.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. And third density is bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you, it's bad enough here. I can't wait till things shift and, we really are living the life the way that we're supposed to be living it, helping each other, enjoying each other's
Hmm.
company, not being so selfish and money, like you say, money, they say it's the root of all evil. In a lot of ways, that's really true because people will do anything for money and for not that much money.
Yeah.
If you believe half of these murder stories, which I always say, well, if this happened, it's really bad. I always put that in there. If it happened,
Hmm.
it's really bad. If this
Yeah.
person really got murdered, if it really got, because I don't know
I
what I'm
was
looking at half the time.
I was watching on
However, almost all of them involve money.
yeah, I was watching on Instagram this particular channel that shows like real murders.
Oh,
And I
well,
don't know if these people like were like the Mexican cartels or whatever, but a lot of that stuff was happening over there in Mexico where they was just downright killing people, killing their own people. I mean, just going into shops, it didn't matter if and it looked like, from my training with the military, like these were cartel hits on particular families. They would downright pull a female out from her child and bring her outside the room and then assassinate her in the same house, feet away from her child. Just kill her right then and there.
just to kill.
And yeah, just to kill. And it didn't matter. Oh, that was this one mother holding her son while this man um was getting ready to kill him. And I think the granddaughter, I think she had to be maybe like 13 years old, and this boy had to be like 17 years old. Damn, it really makes me emotional to see this.
Do you
to
think
talk
they're
about
like
this.
zombies or something? These a lot of these cartel members and
They're just
stuff.
evil. They're evil. They're just downright evil. This grandmother was holding her grandson, and she refused to let him go. So he shot her in the head and then shot the boy in the head.
It almost sounds like they don't have souls at all.
Exactly. And I think they have demonic beings attached to them.
Ah, there you go. So they get off
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
That's half of what I see, and I always say reptile
And it
whenever they
pisses me off.
whenever
It
they
really
show the
pisses me off.
killer, you know,
Yeah.
the guy killed the girl, and robbed her of like all she had was $10 on her, ran over her with a car, kicked her, did all this stuff, or even a little kid, doing something like that. And then they show these people and they just look like reptiles to me. I always say, who would do that but a reptile? Some of these people are kids and they just want to know what it feels like to kill somebody
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
bad that they plan it
But
and
what they
do
don't
it.
understand is what they don't understand. Once they begin that, their soul energy starts to deplete. They become darker and darker and darker, and they will kill and kill and kill. And what happens is your frequency and the karma that you accumulated, because it's a lot of karma to kill a human in this earth realm. Source God has set it up that way to protect us from dark beings. So we have to give them permission. They get us to do the dirty work, and then they begin to take over the vessel. That's what they do. They whisper in our ears to commit crimes, to commit adultery, to do bad things, to lower our defense, our spiritual defense, and then they can attach to us. And then slowly but surely they take over.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you see a lot of these guys too, or females, who do these horrific things. And then when they get in the police, and a lot of them don't have any feelings at all. And
Hmm.
another thing that really bugs me is when they go to court and the family stands up, and they're crying. Whoopsies, I just opened up something on my screen here. It was accidental. And they're crying, and then they get up and they make their statement to the killer who really doesn't give a shit and actually is getting off on the fact that he's ruining more than one person, like by the parent getting up there and going, I can't sleep and I haven't been able to eat. You've ruined my life. And every day it's a sorrow for me. And they're just getting off on it. That
Yeah,
they've damaged, they've killed two birds with one stone almost. It's like as many people as they can hurt by killing one person. Just gives them something to get off on. They get off on the crying. They get off on the all of the hate, like you said. I hope
they
you
feed off of it.
die in prison and all of that. They love that.
Hmm.
And I think the worst thing you could do to some of these people, um, I can't think of his name, Gary Ridgway. He was he was strangling all these girls up north, and they finally caught him. The Green River Killer is what they called him. And
Hmm.
people got up there and called him all kinds of names and cried and told them how much I want him to know how he's ruined my life. And I'm thinking he's just going to get off on it. And
Exactly.
but this one man got up there and said, Gary Ridgway, I forgive you. And he started crying. He was really
Hmm.
crying. He didn't want to cry. But I think he was getting off on all this stuff, getting off on all this stuff. And when this guy said he forgave him, it was almost like he punched him in the face by
Yes.
saying that.
Yeah. Well, there there is the original soul in there, but there is a darker soul in there. So you can reach the original soul in there because it's being hijacked. It
Yeah.
can no longer it's like a child being locked in a room and you're in there with a predator and it can't do anything. That's what this these beings that come in, they make you feel vulnerable. Once they take you over, they make you feel vulnerable and they hijack the body. They operate through the body. But like I said, you have to have done something to open the door for it to get in there.
Yeah.
And then it manipulates. It takes your power away from you. You people look, if you make a mistake, own up to the mistake. If you don't own up to it, then you start to lose a little bit of yourself. Then you begin to vibrate at these darker frequencies, and then they begin to attach to you.
Wow. Well, I wonder if we should, I can't tell how long this is recording is.
Almost three, probably about going on 3 hours. I,
Well, I was having fun.
I'm always having fun with you, Linda. We talk and we have fun.
Yeah, I always learn so much from you. I always get a better perspective on things, and you're so generous, with your time and your information because if I have a question, I'll ask.
Yeah, I love that about you.
And I have a lot of questions. I mean, I can take in so much information, but then I have questions about how it all fits together and everything. And you always
Hmm.
are so generous with your time and your knowledge and explaining things to me. And if I'm wrong, you'll tell me I'm wrong. In the
Well,
nice
sometimes
way, though, you'll go, well, not really, but here's what's happening.
no. Well, we each put the pieces to the puzzle together. See, you'll have a piece that I need, and then I'll have a piece that you need, and we just put it together. It just works beautiful.
It really does. And we talked about a whole bunch of stuff before we got on and then we talked about a whole bunch of other stuff that's a lot different from what we talked about before, so you have to come back, you just have to.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
like I really do appreciate this. I'm probably going to make two videos out of this, part one and part two.
Yes,
uh It'll be better that way for me because I won't have to make another video. I can make two videos out of one. But
that's good. That's actually good.
yeah, but it's so important. And I'm going to say this, and I always say this to people. You don't have to believe anything that we're talking about. But all I'm asking is to open your mind to the possibility of it, not to close the door on the possibility of it, because we all have a lot to learn and we're being lied to on an epic biblical level. I mean,
Yes,
the lies are, they're just lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. And I understand it's hard for a lot of people to open their mind to time travel and all these things, interdimensional. But my friend and I, Thomas, we did a thing on the multiverse, and a lot of people showed up for it. So a lot of people
yeah,
want to know about it. Uh,
absolutely.
Maybe they don't understand it, but they want to. They want
And
to.
that's great
Yeah,
because they're actually putting forth the effort and at least listening, at
right.
least taking in. And I tell people all the time, if you don't understand something, that's fine. It'll come full circle next time. All you do is put yourself out there, do your research, and you'll get pieces of a puzzle and you just put it together. Put it together yourself,
If you could
you
just
know, but
open your mind to the possibility.
yeah,
You don't have to believe it hook, line, and sinker 100%. You might even believe parts of it, or just open your mind to the possibility because, like I say, so much is being hidden, and we really are remarkable in all of our forms
hmm,
as beings on this planet. There's a lot of love on the planet still.
It really is.
Uh,
It's more love. Believe it or not, it's more love than what's being portrayed. The media want you to believe that is a lot of doom and gloom. It's not.
yeah.
It's not. Everything is really running as course as God intended it because we're just that powerful and God is working for us, through us. So just keep going and be the beautiful human beings that you truly are deep down, and everything is going to work out just fine.
Yes, and Raw Cloud, thank you so much for being here. We
Absolutely,
got to
Linda.
do it again. I've got 2 episodes out of this. So, yeah, till next time.